Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today's a very, very special one. This is episode 1000. So I've recorded 1000 unboxing videos. I just want to sit back and say thank you to all of you who have taken the time out of your busy schedules to sit down with me and preview some of these videos. When I first got started, I did it on a whim, and here I am 4 years into making these videos and trying to produce as many as I can, as quickly as I can, to get them out to you guys. It's been a labor of love. I've truly enjoyed doing this and providing this information for you. Hope you guys have been enjoying it as well. We've now had over 100,000 views on all these videos, so I'm very proud of that. I'm proud that I'm hitting episode 1000, but it's all not possible without you guys taking the time out of your schedule, as I was saying, to sit down and spend some of your restful time, hopefully, to visit with me and watch these videos. So it is very, very humbling. I send much love out to each and every one of you, and thank you for your support, because without you guys, there'd be no point in me doing this whatsoever. As you guys know, that everything that I show you, I pay for out of my own pocket. I don't, I don't have any endorsers. I don't have anything that anybody provides for me. I get the stuff and I unbox it, and I got a lot of stuff around the house, needless to say, but at the same time, I do it because I do love putting together these videos. I have a good time while I'm doing them, and I hope you guys enjoy them as well. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being with me on this journey. There'll be many, many more videos to come, but right now we're celebrating number 1000, and it's a special occasion as well. I was not a huge backer of Kickstarters when this all started a number of years ago, but I have been doing some, found some games that I really enjoyed, and one of the companies that I started purchasing from was obviously CMON, like many of you do, cool mini or not. And there was the game Cthulhu, Death May Die. I did not back it as Kickstarters, but I picked up stuff along the way, and I really played the game and I really enjoyed the game. But there was a couple pieces that came from the original Kickstarter that I just couldn't find anywhere. So I guess the second edition of this came out, and I backed it. And the first thing they sent me that was already ready was the Ryla Rising, which we're going to unbox for you today. And this, to me, is one of the premier miniatures that you can purchase, that first off, that CMON has created. And it's also, to me, one of the ones that goes, when I put it out, it's going to be just awe-inspiring when it hits the table. So I'm glad I backed it, and it cost a pretty penny, but at the same time, I feel like it was worth it, because it is by far the best miniature that I have in my collection, which is growing, as you guys know, based on the channel. So anyway, let's get to the unboxing. And again, thanks again for following the page, and thank you for all your support. It's truly, truly appreciated, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, let's get back to our unboxing, and I want to welcome you today, and this is, again, episode 1000. So what we're going to be talking about today is Cthulhu Death May Die Expansion, Ryla Rising, Epic Episode. Ryla Rising, Epic Episode. Things went wrong, very wrong. We realized that we weren't going to stop Cthulhu from entering our world, so we entered his, or rather, we're both stuck between worlds in a nameless void, with gates to other places. We knew it was a one-way trip. We just want to take him out before the end comes. That is not dead, which can eternally lie, and with strange aeons, even death may die. So it gives you the table of contents. It got a couple different things in different languages back here for you. Of course, this is brought to you by CMON, Cool Mini or Not, and Guillotine Games. This was released in 2023. For more information, go to cmon.com and guillotinegames.com. So let's take the shrink wrap off. Let's see what's inside, what kind of goodness lies inside the box. So all comes down to this: to try to beat Cthulhu in his home world. So let's crack the bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have inside the box. So I don't have a lot of room today, so I'm shifting stuff to the left versus the right today. So we got the special rules first off. So let's pull that out. And it comes in a nice little baggie. Stuff is not always easy to get out of these baggies, but Now to continue to make them, we gotta make sure the bags are all the way open. So we get this out. It's a little tricky to get the stuff out because not everything fits in perfectly. Okay, so put that to the side. Let's put these to the side for a second. All right, so let's take a look at our Ryla Rising Epic Episode Special Rules. It's an epic episode with some differences from the other episodes. Most notably, it doesn't use a board. Instead, the figure move on tokens positioned around the huge Cthulhu figure, and investigators must climb Cthulhu itself, attacking the different parts of its body to ultimately bring it down. It tells you about the setup. The pool, 1 figure, 3 energy tokens, 2 or 3 figures, 2 energy tokens, 4 more figures, 1 energy token. And there you go. Spaces and Cthulhu's body parts. The Death Vortex, the North Vortex, the Horror Vortex, the Red Gate, the Moon Vortex, the Yellow Gate, the Final Vortex, the Night Vortex, the Blue Gate. You got the head, the right arm, the left leg, the right leg, and you got all that. And you got a pair of wings on there too. So down here, we're going to talk about Ryla Energy, Discovery, Attacking Cthulhu, Destroyed Tokens. Once the head and at least 2 other body parts are destroyed, players win. A destroyed body part is neutralized, but still there. Investigators can still move over them. Once the head and at least 2 other body parts are destroyed, the players win. So that's your ultimate goal, is to destroy the head and 2 body parts. Okay, expert cultists and other unknown monsters that may come along. It says, note, for unknown monsters, you should not cover the text box, since they're when the Elder One advances will be in effect during the game. So we got 1 sheet of instructions, which we'll put over to this side here. We also have a Death May Die, and see over here, oh, it's got the big picture of, I guess, the wound. So it takes 20 wounds to take care of the head, 15 wounds for each arm, and both legs. So you got a lot of work to put in. This is obviously a player tracker to see and a wound chart for obviously for the Cthulhu figure. All right, so that's another thing that's included in this box. We also have some punch outs, and as you always know, for me, high quality. Anything that CMON puts out is always high quality, and the way we can prove that is by you can punch it right back in, it goes right back into place, and it stays right in place, no problems. So we've got a bunch of these tokens here, the 3s, investigator symbols, you got the death's head, getting some more of those 3s. All right, then we got the Final Vortex, we got that thing there, we got the North Vortex, the Night Vortex, got that thing there, the Moon Vortex, Horror Vortex, and we've got the Death Vortex. There we go, so those are those. So let's flip it over, see if there's anything different. Nope. Obviously, they're just the power symbol, and on the front, it gives you the number 3 on it, and all the other ones are the same. So the Horror Vortex, you're rolling 2 die, nothing, 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 and nothing. So there you go. That's your 1 punch-out board. Then you also have some cards as well, as you always get. So we have some, like they said, you might run into some other characters on your visit to his home world. So we've got here the Cultist, tells you his powers. The Cultist seek the power of Ryla. You got Ryla Spawn. When it is attacked or being attacked, add 2 of these to the roll. Then we got a Cultist on this type. The Cultist seek the power of Ryla and the Ryla Spawn. All right, so it looks like you got 2 different of each. You got the Cultist and that Cultist. You got this Spawn and you got that Spawn. So I'm not sure which side you're supposed to use. Both sides but we'll figure that out as we play. Then we got our investigator's card, which says things went wrong, very wrong. We realized that we read that already, that you're going to disrupt the ritual. So this is Ryla Rising card. You can't, it's already done. Cthulhu starts invulnerable, but players may investigate a way to make him vulnerable. You win when you destroy his head and at least 2 other body parts. When the Elder One tokens advance, attune Ryla Energy, climb Cthulhu. So it says about that. If you are at the Final Vortex or a Cthulhu body part, make a dice roll. Move a number of spaces up to the number of successes. If any enemy would follow you, you can't enter a body part space. All right, so you have to be solo on an area. Attune Ryla Energy. You may pick up any number of energy tokens in your space. Energy may be traded. If an investigator dies, drop their energy in their space. And back here, again, it tells you how to set up the board. And again, when you're attacking the arms and legs and all that stuff like that. Starring space discovery tokens, adjacency, may only move using climb actions. You have 2 cultists, left monster and right monster. So it tells you where the setup is for each of the different monsters. So this will not be an easy feat to defeat Cthulhu, obviously. And then we have Cthulhu Ryla Rising. You have his actual card, and that's a great artwork as always. The final stage, Cthulhu strikes. Cthulhu doesn't perform attacks like other monsters. When the Elder One token advances, Cthulhu strikes. Roll his base dice, plus bonus dice granted by conditions attached to the Cthulhu dashboard, plus bonus dice granted by the Horror Vortex and Death Vortex unless there are investigators on them. So he gets 3 dice. Oh, I guess it's 3, and then we saw that other one here when you flipped it over here. He gets 2 dice more there, and he gets 2 more dice there. So he's attacking with a total of 5 dice. And that does not help your cause by any means of the word. But anyway, there you go. There's the card for the Ryla creature. Then you get a cool bag to keep that all in, so I'll throw that up top there. And then we have some other cards right here, which I'm going to open up on this side here. They're not always the easiest to open. So I got that one open. So you got the Mythos. These are standard card sizes. These are not the mini cards. So got a bunch of cards here. Mythos cards. Yep, they're all Mythos cards. All right, so they're all backs or fronts, depending way you want to look at it, are the same. So we're going to flip it over this way. Right arm swipe. Each investigator and enemy on the Moon Vortex, Horror Vortex, and Red Gate takes 2 wounds. Summon right monster. Left arm swipe. Each investigator and enemy on the Night Vortex, Death Vortex, and Blue Gate take 2 wounds. Summon the left monster. Ryla Spawn. Move the Ryla Spawn 2 spaces towards you. Then each investigator in its space loses 2 sanity. That's not good. Then you got Ryla Spawn. Move the Ryla Spawn 2 places towards you. Each then, yep, you got the same card again. Don't need to read that. You got Summon. Each left and right monster moves 1 space towards you. Summon the right monster, summon the left monster. Got it. Ryla Rises. Each enemy moves 1 space towards you. Then you lose 1 sanity per enemy in your space. You're going to summon cultists on that one. You're going to have 2 yellow ones, and you have a red one and a blue one. Okay, I guess that indicates which ones they are. Each enemy moves 1 space towards you. Then you lose 1 sanity per enemy in your space. Ryla Energy Overload. Excuse me. Each investigator may discard any number of energy tokens in their possession. Then each investigator takes 1 stress per energy token they still have. If you are unable to take more stress, take wounds instead. Call a Cthulhu. Each investigator on a Cthulhu body part loses 2 sanity and takes 2 wounds. All other investigators lose 1 sanity. Rending space and time. Each investigator on a Cthulhu body part falls to the final vortex and takes wounds according to the body part they were on. If you're on the head, you lose 3 life. Or you take 3 wounds. Arm, 2 wounds, and a leg, 1 wound. So these cards, these Mythos cards, I hate to say it, you want to stay away from them. You definitely want to stay away from those cards. That's definitely nothing. And then we have 1 larger set of cards, which I need to open again. It can be a little tricky. Okay. Of course, as you know, I always open up the cards off camera, so if I slip with the blade, nobody wants to see that. So we've got a bunch of different cards. So let's take a look at these. You've got, so these are all, oh, they're all discovery cards. Okay. Ryla Rising, the epic episode. So all the fronts are identically the same. Okay, take a look at that real quick. Very, very cool. We got Sinister Magics. You got Spells and Conditions. Left arm incantation. And on this side here, you've got left arm is now vulnerable. So it says Sinister Magics. Follow the left hand path, they said. I'll stick on good old-fashioned dark arts. Attach the left arm incantation to the left arm on the Cthulhu dashboard. Cast this spell. 1 investigator must discard 3 energy tokens at once at the blue gate. One cast, turn this upside down and attach the other side to the left arm. So boom, we'll do that. Condition left arm vulnerable. While this is attached to the Cthulhu dashboard, investigators may attack his left arm. Add to Cthulhu strikes. 1 die. When the left arm is destroyed, discard this card. So you're going after the right and the left arms at that point in time. So that's this one. Then we have the root of the problem. Maybe the only way out of this is to cut him at the knees. Attach the left leg incantation to the left leg on the Cthulhu dashboard. Left leg incantation. To cast the spell, 2 investigators must each discard 2 energy tokens at once. 1 investigator at the death vortex and the other at the moon vortex. Once cast this, turn this card upside down and attach the other side to the left leg. And again, it says the same thing. Add to Cthulhu strikes. 1 die. When left leg is destroyed, you destroy this card. All right, so that's destroying the arms and the legs. This spells disaster. Yeah, it's a cliche, but we got to do this together. Attach to the right leg incantation to the right leg on the Cthulhu dashboard. Right leg incantation to cast a spell, and 2 investigators must discard 2 energy tokens at once. 1 investigator at night vortex and the other at the horror vortex. Once cast, turn this upside down and attach the other side to the right leg. And again, it's the same thing again. Add to Cthulhu strikes. 1 die. When the right leg is destroyed, destroy this card. So, trying to take out another leg. The hand of God. Even for an elder god, he's got a mean right hook. Attach this to the right arm, incantation to the right arm on the Cthulhu dashboard. Again, to cast a spell, 1 investigator must discard 3 energy tokens once at the red gate. Once you use it, flip it over. Right arm vulnerable. While this is attached, again, add to Cthulhu strikes. When the right arm is destroyed, destroy this card. So you got your left arm, you got your right arm, you got your left leg, you got your right leg. Now let's see what this has got. This is the head. Gotter Dame Arung. I guess I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right or not. Please don't hold it against me if I'm not. One of us ain't coming out of this alive. Attach the head incantation to the head on the Cthulhu dashboard. So we go on this side. So finger points up here. Hit head incantation. To cast a spell, 1 investigator must discard 3 energy tokens at the north vortex and sacrifice themselves. Takes wounds until dead. Flip it over. Head vulnerable. While this is attached to the Cthulhu dashboard, investigators may attack his head. Add to Cthulhu strikes. 3 die. When the head is destroyed, discard this card. So you start here and move to here. All right, that's destroying the head. Abjuration ritual. The best protection from chaos is discipline, rigor, and learning. And kick-ass spells. You may lose 2 sanity to claim either the detention spell or the teleport spell. Detention spell, you may discard 3 energy tokens to cancel the effects of any mythos card. Teleport spell, you may discard 2 energy tokens to move to any place, including a Cthulhu body part. Enemies don't follow you. Okay, it's a nice spell there. Evocation ritual. Want to shoot the big guy in the face? Gonna have to bend the fabric of space and time first. No big deal. You may lose 2 sanity to claim either the explosion spell or the light spell. Explosion spell. You may discard this card and any number of energy tokens to deal wounds to all figures in your space equal to twice the number of energy discarded. This also affects you and any vulnerable Cthulhu body part you might be standing on. Life spell. You may discard any number of energy tokens to heal stress and or wounds equal to the number of energy discarded. This affects all investigators in your space. Okay, I guess you can keep going back to it because it doesn't say discard once used. All right. And we have the forbidden ritual. That which man wasn't meant to know. Yeah, look around. I'll take it, thanks. You may lose 2 sanity to claim either the concentration spell or the protection spell. Concentration spell, when attacking, you may discard an energy token to reroll a die. You may do that any number of times. Okay, protection spell. You may discard 1 energy token to prevent losing 1 sanity or health. You may do that any number of times. So that's a good spell to have as well. So either going on the attack or you're going to be doing it for your own protection. So these are all your cards, your tokens, your instructions, the cool bag it comes in, and the player board for Cthulhu, and also the Riley Rising, smaller version of that, telling you how to set up everything along the way. So this is all of the paperwork that was included in the purchase. So I'm going to move this to the side because I need room to show you the figure, and oh boy, it's a big boy. So let me move all this stuff out of the way and we'll bring it back at the end, so this way you can take a look at it all before we close out the video. So let me move this to the side. So first thing you need to know is that this thing came in a ginormous box. It's so big, I don't even have a way to move around to show you the box. So first thing, the wings come. The wings are ginormous as well. So we show you the wings first. They come in a big, they come in a big plastic top, and they are protected from the body, but you have to attach them. So we move this to the side. So this is, give you an example of the size of the wing. The detail is just fantastic on it. As you could tell, it's a ginormous piece. Because if you would have attached this definitely would have broken during shipping. Even though the box was very, very well. Look at the detail of the hands, or the thing that attaches everything. It's pretty ginormous and pretty awesome overall. So that's the first part. That's one of the wings. And then we have the other wing. And yes, those holes are supposed to be there. So yeah, this is a pretty, as you can tell just by the size of that input there, how large of a creature this truly is. Okay, and we saved it for unboxing number 1000. So it comes in a big plastic bag. And when I say this thing is ginormous, I truly mean it. All right, we got the plastic off. I'm gonna take these pieces of plastic off. I'm gonna try to get this in camera the best that we can. We're gonna start off here. Show you from the top. That is the monster figure itself. Just showing you the top a little bit. Bring it up a little bit closer to you. I don't want to lose it in the camera. But the detail on this is just, I can only say phenomenal. I've never seen a figure with this much detail in it. Again, the holes in the back. Again, I'm showing you just a little bit of it on the top, and then I will show you as we go around the spores and everything else on its back. Bring that up to you a little closer. Show it back a little bit more. Again, it's just a really, I mean, this is the pride of the collection, without a doubt. I may have it professionally painted, not sure, because that means I would have to ship it somewhere. And this thing is immense. So again, we're now into the trunk, into the body part. I move that up so you can see that again with more detail. I'm gonna push it back just a little bit so you can see it a little bit on the wider scale again. Pull it up just to show you the hands a bit. Again, the hand on the stone here as that's caving in. Again, I'm gonna spin it again for you. There's a picture of the hand. Again, moving it around. Move this down just a little bit for you. So that even everything on this, inscriptions on the stones, again, highly detailed. Really fantastic the way this model is. I see his butt. Anyway, let's go around here. Let's pull that up so you can see the hand a little closer. Okay, the camera's pulsating a bit when it sees that claw. It goes, yo, back up there, son. All right, so we're going to turn it around this way one more time, and then I'm going to try to show you the base as best I can. There's your base. Again, how detailed everything is on this figure. It's truly just an awe-inspiring piece. Again, to me personally, this is the one model that I wanted. I want to say it's kind of like it's the model to end your quest for modeling. I guess you could say it's the one figure that it ends all other figures. Now, just real quick, just so you get a general gist of things here. Hold on. So I'm going to get back to its base, where the general figure stands. All right, so I'm going to open this up over here, pull this off. I got this over to the side. Now, some of you may be going, well, how big is this thing really? Well, a normal sized creature. We could say pirate in comparison. How big is the creature? A normal pawn from a game. A two-handed fighter. To get a general gist of how large this creature is. If you take a normal size standee, if you look at a figure from Dungeons and Dragons, a magic user, it just gives you an idea of how minuscule figures are in comparison to that. So I'm just going to keep these guys over here for a second just so I can show you a couple more things. Again, these are all different size figures. I just wanted to show you along with it. Even if I had a large creature pales in consideration to the size of this one. Okay, so again, let's just move over to look at the hand size. It's a figure. Just gonna move stuff over a little bit so I don't knock stuff over. The size, the character in the hand. A pretty big size pirate or captain. Okay. If you had your standee, regular size pawn, the two-handed fighter, as I mentioned. So there you have it. Again, if I put the hand on the side over here, just to let you see how the size comparison. Nothing compares to the ginormity of this figure. So here it is, okay? And I'm going to put this up here again, so you can see, kind of see his head. Again, if you look at the tendrils size comparison. Just a couple different figures I'm putting up there just so you can see the size comparison. The D&D miniatures tend to be a little bit on the smaller scale. They tend to be more like a 20 or 25 millimeter figure. Hero Escape figure. It's more of a epic 28 or 32. This is a Starfinder creature, so it could be 25, 28. little pawn, which would be about size 20. And the human looks like some kind of fighter. So, as you can tell just by kind of looking at it, what it looks like with the pawn. All right, so we're gonna turn this guy again, and I'm gonna try to figure this one out here. I think this one goes on this side here. Does that one go here? Yeah, I think so. We're going to try to put this thing together for the first time. So, or maybe no. I think this one might go on this side. I'm not sure. Let's see which one goes on which side. Let's see, does this go in there? This might go in here. Ah, there you go. Put the wrong one on the wrong side. So we got that. So again, when you have a figure that is this large, you're going to get some mold lines in there. So if I was going to get this professionally painted, I'd have them put some green stuff in there just to solidify it. Make sure this piece was, I don't know if I'd have them glue it in or not glue it in. So the green stuff may not be able to go in there because, again, for shipping purposes, you'd have to take this off to make sure that it gets secured, it does not get ruined. And again, you put this wing in right there. It would fit right into that spot right there. Fits in beautifully. There it goes. Fits in there pretty well overall. It's not perfect, but it fits well. And I'm gonna try to do this. So with the wings, just showing you a little bit of what the wings would look like over there. Okay. Again, showing you the full cast of the body. So I want to give you guys a good shot of what the whole thing looked like from the top. Again, I can show you that from the front, turn them around. And that's what it would look like with the, so that's what it would look like with everything included on it. So I'm just going to take this down just a little bit. So again, what's included, again, the figures that I showed you are just for representation to try to show you what is size comparison for how large and how ginormous this figure truly is. So again, you get your, this is your player board for the keeping track of the wound tracker for the figure, the Cthulhu figure itself. So I'm going to pull this down just a little bit just to remind you. So you got the figure in the background. Obviously, I can't get the whole thing on camera. My phone is not that wide. You've got your token sheet that also goes in there. So we'll put that over here. Here, hold on to that. Nice display. But you get that. You get your rules that we can throw in there as well. So that all comes in one packaging. And then you've got your, then you also get your Mythos cards, which we'll throw over to here. And then you've got your, you have your actual Cthulhu card for the main character you're fighting. Then you also have, let's see what else we got here. We got the other creatures you may run into while you're the cultists and Ryla Spawn that you're going to run into during your fighting. You're going to have this card here, which had all the information as to the table setup, how many characters you're going to need from the core box set, and it's going to give you the background information about the game itself. And then we've got a bunch of these cards, and these are all special add-ons that your characters would want to get to help them to try to. It tells you how to wound the different parts of his body, the legs, the arms, and again, the head. To win the game, you have to take out his head and 2 other body parts. So I'll put that in here as well. And you get a cool bag that everything fits into, which is not that important. This thing comes in a ginormous plastic bag as well, let you have that. You also had your silica gel inside the packaging as well. We'll put that over here. And we also had the bag, which I can't seem to find right now. Not sure where I put it. Oh, I had it in there as well. And you had the 2 pieces of plastic which kept the wings in as well. So as always, this is everything that's included. And this concludes our unboxing of Cthulhu, Death May Die, Ryla Rising, the epic episode. And of course, it also includes the ginormous, and I'll give it a shot one more time, the best I can. The ginormous Cthulhu figure, which wraps up our 1000th episode. As always, thank you so much for joining us for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You could also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content and page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.